Good morning, folks. Welcome into 3 Zen. Bobo here. Good to see everyone today. By now, you've probably figured out that I really enjoyed being a T38 instructor. Boy, I did. I just loved working with those young people, and I had as much fun as they did. That being said, during the 38 phase of the program, we had a class called Applied Aerodynamics. And it was a good class. It really gave the student an understanding for advanced jet flying. But one of the shortfalls of that class that I think we had is we did not take the lessons we learned in that class out into the airplane. I don't know why we didn't, but we just didn't. So what I would do is I would look for ways that I could take some of those lessons. The class was called Applied Aerodynamics, so I would look for ways I could take some of those lessons and apply them in the air. And one of the first tools I used was a painting by Keith Ferris of Robin Olds engaged in a MiG kill. It's a very infamous painting, and we had a poster of it in the squadron. So at some point during training, I would stop with the student and say, hey, have a look at that poster here. And it's the same poster I use as the image for this video. And I'd ask them, do you see anything interesting or strange about that painting? And the student would sit there and look, and he could spot the MiG down just on top of the clouds, and he'd see Colonel Olds with that airplane way up like the nose, way up like this. I can't remember anything like that. Okay, fine. One of the problems I discovered in this video, this is about the 5th attempt of this thing. Anyway, I don't have enough airspace here to use the 38 in my left hand as a MiG, so you're just going to have to bear with me here. Anyway, so we would sit there and look at that picture for a while, and then they might pick it up, but then more often than not, I'd have to say, look at the rudder. And what you had that airplane up there. The MiG was tracking this way, away from him. Robin had his nose up, and so with the MiG kind of going that way, you would think to go after him, he would want to roll the airplane with aileron and then come on down. But that's not the case here. What he did, he kept the backstick pressure on and he applied right rudder. And in doing so, that would kind of corkscrew the airplane into a roll like this and then bring his nose around in line with the MiG. And then he subsequently shot him. So that was one thing I'd point out to him, how to use backstick pressure and rudder to make turns in some cases. And then what we'd do is the next ride we'd go out, I would demonstrate it to them and then let them play with it and practice it for a while. That to me is applied aerodynamics. Taking something like that you see and then going out and actually applying it in the airplane. Geez, I wonder why I didn't think of that. Wait a minute, I did. So that was just another technique I used to use in teaching people how to fly the T38. So you can walk by. It's like Yogi Berra said, you can observe a lot by watching. So when you walk through the squadron day in and day out, you see these paintings up there, you see this, you see that. It's like this poster I have above my head here. That is very clear in pointing out that your right hand has a 17-to-1 kill ratio over your left hand. If you see somebody in a bar telling a story like this, just ignore them. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. 17-to-1 kill ratio for a fact. So with that, this is Bobo, base gear. Stop.